First of all, congratulations to West Florida. We're joined by head coach Melissa Wolter and student athletes Lindsay, Homme, and Corisha Smith. Coach, can you start with some thoughts on the game?
Sure. I thought that was a battle between two really good teams, and I think we're fortunate to be able to walk away with a win when you have that many sets that were point for point. I thought both our staff and Coach Snow and her staff did a great job of game planning, and we knew right away, could tell within points of the game what each team was trying to do, and it was a matter of trying to manage coaching strategies and make adjustments. But I have to say hats off to Rollins. They're a great team. They've got specifically really good offensive threats in every rotation, and they just wouldn't go away. And I just give credit to any team that fights like that. I just feel fortunate to be able to say that we're on the winning side of that, and thankful we get to go in the finals.
How difficult is it to game plan for a team like that defensively?
I think it's really hard. Specifically hard when we haven't played them all year, and specifically this year, it's different than other years we've been to regionals, because we typically end up playing at some point almost 5 to 6 of the teams that we're going to potentially face. This year, we didn't get to face Rollins, but we obviously had video on them and just had to kind of pick them apart. Watched their 5-set match yesterday. You just got to kind of pick your battles. There were things that we had to go away from that I thought would work, and that's the art of what you're seeing out on the court. But really, it was up to these guys. We can game plan all we want, but if they don't execute it and they don't play, then your game plan doesn't matter. And I thought they really just took over the match. It kind of became third and fourth set. There really wasn't much I was saying or doing. I was just kind of enjoying these guys playing the game. So I appreciate that. Those are great, really fun moments to be a coach.
You're able to put them away in that fourth set, and as you know from being here several times, it's difficult to do that with their backs against the wall. Can you speak a little bit to how you were able to do that?
I think we were fortunate where we were playing from in front in the fourth set, and that allowed us to hang on to our timeouts, and those timeouts are just so critical. I had to burn timeouts early in the other 3 sets, and those just aren't good situations where you're relying on having to make a sub towards the end of the set. So we were in good shape, and we got down to those last couple of points, and we were on match point, and I was glad I had 2 timeouts. We tried a couple of different things. It didn't work, but I know Rollins, especially yesterday, they were down 22-24, and they came back and they won that fourth, and they took a commanding win, winning, I think it was 15-5 in the 5th set. So they're dangerous. We talked to these guys about that before we even went out on the floor. We said, you have got to put them away when the opportunity arises, and specifically when number 2, Indes, was in the front row. She just was literally unstoppable today. She is a fantastic player. So we kind of just had to ride those moments out. We got a couple of good breaks, and Lindsay brought it home. Thankful for that, senior.
Lindsay, you talked about last time you guys were advanced to the NCAA Regional Championship. I think you were a freshman in 2000. Talk about kind of full circle, being able to come back, being able to have the chance to play Tampa again in your senior, or not Tampa, or playing the championship again in your senior year.
Yeah, I wasn't actually allowed to play because I was injured, but to see my team and them battle and go 5 with Tampa and having them lose, unfortunately, just being my senior, I definitely want to, win it. Like, it's what I want, and to grow up in this program and to see it's possible is awesome.
Corisha, we'll just talk about a great time to have a career high as a freshman. Kind of talk about just your evolution coming into this game and being able to have the confidence to put up the numbers like that, 18 kills in a match where your teammates were counting on you so much.
Well, I get a lot of support from all the teammates. They're constantly rallying behind me and helping me out. And in this match particularly, like the passers, we were sticking some crazy passes and digs. And it really helped make it easy for us hitters to put away balls that we really needed to put away.
Coach, we touched on Indes. Talk about how, and obviously it's tough to plan for her, but it seemed like, she was right there in the middle, and, it was tough to figure out where the kills were going to come from. At one point, they had 3 players with a 400 attacking percentage, and they were just, kills all over the place. So how do you, how did you game plan for that and try and fix that so when she rotated in the front row, and how'd you do that?
Going in, obviously we study stats. That's our job as coaches. You look at who performs in their wins and who didn't perform in their losses and things like that. And we knew those are their three players that were, if they showed up today, this was going to be a hard match to win. And to their credit, all three of them did. And we tried a whole lot of things, especially with Indest. And I mean, it was kind of just like you just keep trying. That's all you can do when you're in a match like that. And you hope for some breaks, and you hope that maybe some of the things that you're doing serving wise or offensively are going to not allow them to set their middle. But they still found a way to set her, and it was just, I think, a matter of being patient. And I thought, at specific times, and I don't know, a lot of times I know people's first names, but number 12, she played a great match. She was timing our block really well, tooling high off the block. We had to make some timing adjustments. So all of those guys, Ruth Harrington's a freshman. She had a wonderful match. She did not look like a freshman, I'll tell you that. She was very composed on the floor, came up with some huge kills for them when they needed them. So, it's really just, I think a match like that is about being patient but staying hungry. And we were very strategic about what we did, but at the end of the day, we needed these guys to step up and score big points. And once they stopped being passive and really kind of just playing the let's just get it over type game and got hungry and started killing balls, that's when that's when I really thought the momentum switched in our favor.
Coach, you played 3 top 5 teams this year and I think 6 nationally ranked opponents. How important is that challenging schedule to postseason success?
I think it's huge. Years ago I just decided that if we were going to try to make our way to the NCAA postseason and have a good run, we would have to see teams that we would see in postseason. And you might take your hits early, and there have been times when we open up the season with less than a winning record, and you just kind of gotta swallow your pride a little bit, take the hits early, and realize that those things will show you where you're inadequate. And that's what we did again this year. I thought we had a couple of good showings in our first 2 tournaments and got tested early. People that know us know we're running a completely different lineup than we ran opening weekend. We just have a lot of depth, and I feel like we've tested almost every player on our roster at any point in the year. We've played everybody. So everybody's been in at some point or another, and so the 8 that we have left standing are the ones that have truly earned it, but not because anybody else gave it up. We have battles in practice every day, and I really feel like almost more than who we play, it's who we play every day in practice that really has tested us to feel like we got to win. We've got young players like Corisha, and Emily Cosgrove is a redshirt middle for us, and she goes up against Lindsay every day, and I just love when she blocks Lindsay because it's really good for Lindsay. And I think all of our players are, and Lindsay doesn't think so, but I think it's cool. I think all of our players are learning how to adapt to each other, which is forcing them to get out of their comfort zone. So playing great competition is good, but I would take depth over playing great competition any day.
Last question for Lindsay. Just talk about having a 5th-year senior and a freshman, and how cool that is to have an underclassman step up on a team where you've kind of grown through this program. This is your last year, and to have and just talking about the depth of the team, to have a freshman and a redshirt senior leading the team on the day.
It's really cool that it shows that anyone can step up at any moment, and I'm really proud of Corisha for helping us, and I don't think we could have won it without her. So it's nice.
More questions? Thank you.